So here's how this particular adventure started. I'd been to the Falaknuma Palace Hotel in Hyderabad when it first opened 3 years ago. It had been built not as the Nizam's primary residence, but as a sort of cross between an Italian palazzo and an English country house. The architecture brilliantly merged those Western inspirations with the influences of the Orient. Everything about Falaknuma is a little over the top. The welcome itself is straight out of some fantasy movie. Fire-breathing dancers, one of the Nizam's old carriages, and an escort of lancers on military-style stallions. So as I stumbled awkwardly, very awkwardly, into this fairy tale world, I asked Girish Sehgal, the Falaknuma's general manager, if he would show me around. Yes, I know that the Falaknuma is now a hotel, but I wanted to pretend that the Darbar Hall was reserved only for me for just one afternoon. I wanted a bespoke tour of the palace's famous Darbar Hall, but I was in for a surprise.
So here we are in this beautiful Darbar Hall, and we've created some of the special moments
These are all pictures of me.
Of your last season, some of the special moments.
God. Where do you get these photos from?
Well, that's the customization which we've done for you, Mr. Sanghvi.
I remember this picture. This is a place called Kalmatia Sangam. I remember we went there for the first season. Long way. Very nice German man. Amazing.
I think truly this picture speaks volume. That's what people talk about, and it's depicted here so beautifully.
You got more pictures, right?
Yes. Let's take you and relive probably some more memories. So that's another beautiful moment with nature here. Where were you?
Oh, this is a moment of sheer panic, actually.
Really?
I remember this. This photo was taken by, I have these two producers, these two very devilish and evil girls called Monica Narula and Tanu Ganguly. And they made me, we were in this resort in Kerala. And these girls said, walk along this bridge and do a piece to camera. And that's about the most difficult thing I've ever done. And here I was sort of, fat man wobbling on a bridge, trying very hard to talk. And these two girls were killing themselves laughing. But I have to say, I did the piece to camera.
I can't believe you, because looking at this piece here, you look so confident and so regal walking up.
That's actually sheer terror.
No, that's a beautiful moment.
This is an unusual photo. I remember this. I remember this well. We shot this in Chennai at the Fisherman's Cove. It was taken by Monica, and I was doing meditation, which is a very unlikely thing for me to do, but we did it and worked. The guy there taught me how to do it, and it's actually not a bad picture.
She seems to have caught you in some very beautiful moments as well.
But thank you, Girish. This is just completely amazing. I never imagined that one day in a Darbar Hall, in a magnificent palace like this, somebody'd put up my pictures. It's deeply embarrassing and mortifying, but at some secret level, it's very thrilling as well. Thank you. Thanks so much, Girish.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. I'm really honored. Thank you. You've probably seen photographs of this room, or you've seen it on television. This is the 101 dining table, so called because 101 people can sit and eat over here. But for me, the really special part of this are the acoustics. The Nizam could sit here at the head of the table, and he would still be able to listen to anyone at the other end. The original idea had been for me to sit in solitary splendor at the head of this table and to enjoy a meal customized for one. But I thought there had been enough ego trips for one day. I needed something less grand and more peaceful. And so I passed up the Nizam's table and headed for a balcony. I know it's a strange thing to do, to come to a grand palace and to refuse to eat in the ornate dining rooms and restaurants, and to ask them to set out a table specially for you in a balcony somewhere. But I don't know, that's part of the beauty of Falaknuma for me. There's nothing quite like sitting out on a moonless night, feeling the autumn breeze, looking out at the lights of Hyderabad, and feeling as though somehow I'm connected to history. Wow. my art tour of Falaknuma had degenerated into a massive ego trip, I was more hopeful about an art tour of the Bombay Taj. While we all know that the Taj is India's most famous hotel, what we sometimes don't realize is that it also boasts the finest private collection of modern Indian art. For years and years, the Taj took its art for granted. Then, around a decade or so ago, it got the art expert Mortimer Chatterjee to catalogue and curate the collection. Mortimer, or Mort as everyone calls him, was kind enough to offer me a private tour of this collection. I'd seen many of the paintings over the years, of course, but never had I stopped to really appreciate them. And it had never occurred to me that so many of them were worth millions of dollars.